I'm Dave. So this is sort of an appendix to the last video, which was a one chord E blues jam improvisation skills. And looks like a lot of folks have been working on that. Got some more good feedback about it. I think this blues series really, you know, it's really resonating with a lot of people out there, a lot of you that are following this channel. And so just going to keep, kind of doubling down on this and building on it. That's what you do when you're trying to teach something, if you can, is identify what is working and, just keep going and expanding on that. Now, that's really cool if you're feeling that and using those backing tracks and able to let go and get out of your head a little bit and get more into just kind of speaking through your guitar and feeling it through your body. So I'm going to put one, you can refer to those last couple of videos, especially the one in E, because this is also an E, but it has two other chords in it. So the loop that you're going to get this time will be E, G, A, back to E, then start over. Okay, do whatever kind of rhythm you want. If you're using your own pedal or making your own loop or something, that's awesome. Or if you're jamming with somebody else, even better. Do whatever next good idea comes next. But you will have the loop, and then you'll have this diagram. And now this is something that I came up with that I guess in response to the number of guitar diagrams that I see, especially for minor and major pentatonic, that list all of these that show all of these positions all at once on the fretboard, and it's great information, but I think that's overwhelming sometimes to just see all that. It's like, well, wait a second, there's like 85 notes on there, So what I also noticed was that a lot of playing and riffs happen by switching positions in real simple ways, using some of those notes on those gargantuous diagrams, but certainly not all of them, and not up and down in the same place and then move it and up and down, So I don't want to, detract or minimize the usefulness of all of that information in the way that a lot of those resources are put together, because they're great. But people are telling me that they're confused with some of it. So this diagram that I'm going to put up today, we're not going to spend as much time on this lesson, but it weaves together a path to get from down here to up here in E minor pentatonic. And it does so in a way that I hope you can really grab a hold of, learn it in a day or two by repeating, right, practicing it through repetition, and then really start improvising with it. Here it is. I'll put it up, I'll play it, and then I'll put it up, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. That's E minor pentatonic, which... sound, and it's that basic shape down here and on the 12th fret. Okay, that's outlined and talked about, more deeply in the previous video, the beginner's jam in E, something like that, a real recent one. So here we go. This is going to be the same notes in sequence as, but I'm going to show you why we want to take it this way instead of just that way, right? Let's slow that down. Okay. Now that's a pretty good, there's a video a few weeks back that does this with E major pentatonic. You can look at that too, same idea, right? I'm really not, when we're playing, we're really not going to go up and down here and then go up and down here and then, no, you know. And with this one in particular, I got this notion that, oh, I need to put together a path here that gets you more from here to there, you know, rather than just up and down in these different places. And then I stumbled on so many riffs that fall right into this. Okay. I started to think, well, okay, you know, some of these songs I just kind of know the riff to or something. Maybe I don't know the whole tune exactly or whatever. But I know that I'm like, right, you know, this is, of course, you know, E. It's a big key in rock, and some of these chord changes are you know, found very often. But these single note licks, especially in that kind of 70s style, are just all over this. And so then I thought, okay, well, that's because things sound good when they're moving this way, right? And they don't sound so mechanical and up and down. So when you put these slides in here, rather than, nothing wrong with that. What I just did, it's not like, oh, I'm going to learn this better way and then I'm never going to do that again. No. You're always going to be, you know, that's just a great thing about guitar right there on that open E, you know. But, you know, you do a little bit, I tried to demonstrate this in that intro a little bit. You do a little bit of that, and then you want to start moving around, and maybe not just in a real mechanical way, but more. One thing you can do to experiment with like some ear training on your own here is to say, well, wait, is this guy telling me the truth? Are those the same notes? See, you can't tell that visually. You could do it by some kind of tedious math and counting things. Trust your ear. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and of course we're repeating the same things in different octaves here. But don't study that so much as just learn this pattern. I'll show it to you right here on the screen. And just learn it back and forth, you know. Like most things, it doesn't, that in and of itself, it's a riff, you know, you can throw it in there, but it's not something that you're just going to repeat in that order. So what ends up happening though is once you get comfortable with that, you can hang out at different positions of it. Here's a little example. Let's see where I am. Stop. Once you get it under your fingers, make sure that you're pausing and really checking out different parts along that path. This sets you up to land and hang out on notes that have wonderful tension. it also sets you up to get whatever fingering you want, get you up here. Okay? Now that, if some of this is like, hey, okay, well, now he just lost me and it's just kind of flying around, and I don't mean to be, you know, suggesting that you're just going to rip all this stuff off like that at once. But it's the concept that I want you to get, not necessarily, oh, what finger did he use there? But you're going to figure out stuff that makes sense for you, and it's going to be good because it does make sense to you. It's not just trying to replicate something. But you need that solid foundation. So in this lesson, I'm going to keep it pretty short on content here today so that you can really park that video on that pattern and just physically memorize it. Okay? I'll give you a loop to do that with. So, not really too much more to demonstrate there. You want to, in the previous two blues jam lessons, we talked more about like techniques like bending and hammering and hanging out in boxes and playing double stops, or more than one string, and repeating notes rather than just playing everything once. That gets old. Huh? Even when you exaggerate it, it's weird. It's like, that's kind of cool. That kind of works, So those skills are outlined better in the previous two videos in this series. This one's all about getting you from that open position down here to the same pattern up here with some really nice feeling stuff in between. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know how you're doing with everything, and have fun. Until next time, thank you.